All right, how you doing? So, if you hear planes flying over me, because I'm on the Air Force Base. All right, Nellis Air Force Base, Las Vegas. All right, shout out to the fine Air Forcemen. My dad did a few years in. I was Army. All right, so shout out to the Chair Force. Anywho, how's it going, everybody? On a more serious note, all right. So I'm pretty sure you guys heard of that tale about there's two different Jezebels. There was an Old Testament Jezebel, okay, and the New Testament one in the book of Revelations. All right. This woman, okay, was supposed to be a so-called priest, but making out with different men that would come to the church and so forth, okay, for money. And it's one of the things that where it causes confusion. On top of technically, a woman is not the head of the church, okay, but that's neither here or there on that part. But the Jezebel spirit, okay, lurks all throughout the U.S. Okay, her name is Officer Hall. Okay, I just had her name; it slipped my mind, but you can look this up in the article yourself. This article happened in Laverne, Tennessee, just like 2 days ago. Officer Hall and 6 others, is going to be 7, more than likely, either have been fired or put on administrative leave with no pay. All right, more than likely, all of them going to get fired. It's a total of 8 people. That's all going to be fired for sexual misconduct in the police force out there in that small town of Laverne. Now, Laverne is a little small suburban town. I've heard of it before. I have family in Nashville on my mom's side. About 45 minutes southeast of Nashville, by Smyrna, Tennessee. If you guys are familiar with that area. So I looked at a few articles about. Now I've seen some articles on podcasts that I'm subscribed to about this. This woman was a married officer, and I'm not surprised if this was some type of hustle. All right, a little side hustle so she could get paid. Okay, throwing her junk around, or prostitution. Okay, but the investigation found sex acts done in the police force. Some was done out, but in the police force, okay, or what they call quote unquote lewd acts. Uh, Pornography on a website, okay, on the state website, okay. Why? Because a police force usually has jurisdiction within the state, but on government property, okay. That's government property, and many other different um, conduct violations, okay, dereliction of duty, that type of thing. Married woman. But you know what? Let me tell you something. This stuff goes on all the time. Again, all over the country. Now, as a result, you had a newly elected alderman for that city, and all these complaints started pouring in about the police force. So she figured that she stepped in, she would step in and have something done about it, which was the right thing, okay? Because what that does is, I think that it erodes the bond of trust within, not just in the police force, okay? It makes the job harder for the police officers that are dedicated to their job. And I understand that they have a good police force, all in all. And, the police force, they're not short of people and all that. So, all right, but it's going to erode the trust of the citizens, all right? So now what the mayor has to do with the police chief is they have to do these different type of sensitivity and ethics training or whatever. All right, to retrain the police force to bring the trust, okay, back within the or the reputation, okay, back to where it needs to be, but to get the trust of the citizens again. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I want to say. Got all tongue twisted there. All right, but look at all the lives affected. Okay, that man's husband, and again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was already like, again, like some type of money grab. All right, and these guys end up messing up their pension. All right, and messing up their whole lives over this woman. Something that's not even necessary with the way that the police force is now with defunding the police and all that. Okay, a lot of different places and cities that don't trust the police. It doesn't really help. Okay, so why would a police officer, these police officers, put all that at stake? There were sergeants and officers and that type of stuff that were involved in this. I've seen an incident happen in North Carolina like this. I watch with Forensic Files a lot, not as much now as I had back then, years ago. A simpler case happened like that in North Carolina, where a woman was doing that. Okay, that she was like a dispatcher, something like that. All right, in one of the small towns out there in eastern North Carolina. All right, that was married to a police officer, poisoned the police officer. Okay, and ended up getting with a firefighter. This guy, she's spending money and all that. Okay, I mean money like water. Now on top of that, she's already had a life insurance pension. That's what she killed her first husband for. Okay, and the police officer, like his counterpart, was saying, on the interview that she was sleeping with 4 or 5 other guys. Ladies, you ain't supposed to be with no other man other than your husband. Okay, but if you got problems or whatever, all right, then see. Well, one of the biggest things is women are trying to be like men now. Okay, men, if you don't control your ego and your penis, you're gonna end up finding yourself possibly in a situation where you end up in a hotel room playing out. Okay, needless to say, fired like these guys here. But long story short, back to the story that this woman was caught, ended up going to jail for life for killing both officers. With euthanization, what they call it, euthanization poison with pets, and she ended up committing suicide in jail. So, but back to the story with Laverne. Look at all the lives affected. Okay, the families of those officers affected. The erosion of trust in the not just police force, but the city of Laverne, Tennessee. Okay, all over some lewd acts, chasing the flesh. Okay, which again is going to get you it could get you into an untimely demise. But let me know what you think about the video. I'm out, y'all. Like, subscribe, share, leave your comments. Cash App $Winston Spivey if you want to donate.